Family, we are back, and you are now rocking with your boy Scooda right here on the all-new Praise 365, St. Louis's #1 source for gospel music and inspiration. I told you all, family, that we had a dope show planned for you all. So I would like to welcome none other than Novi Brown to the Scooda Radio Show. How you doing today, sis?
I'm so blessed to be here. I'm so grateful. And yes, another day.
Another day. I'm excited to have you here. And for those who have, we've talked about it. We've, told the people you're going to be on the show. So tell us first and foremost, let me hit you with some good questions, right? Who is Novi Brown? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I like that. Novi Brown. Novi Brown is many things, but most importantly, a risk taker and a big dreamer. I have to always make sure that my vision stays maintained. So I'm a visionary and I'm a creative force, and I'm a person who believes that the message that you had in your heart at birth is the one that you're supposed to give to the world.
I like that you said that you're a dreamer, a visionary. I like that, because a lot of people think that when you make it, it's done. But no, you're still dreaming, you're still visioning, you're still active with the gift that you've been given. So tell us a little about growing up. So we see you on TV, and everyone's like, oh, well, they've been a TV baby since birth, right? So kind of tell us about growing up. What got you into acting, or wanting to be on TV, or how did that kind of start for you?
I absolutely feel we're manifestations of our parents. So both of my parents had interest in entertainment, music, things of that nature. My mom was a model. She lived in Germany for a really long time, and that's where I was actually born. So I was born in Berlin, Germany. I have dual citizenship, and that was at a time in the 80s when you could travel. It was a time when you could actually do that. And I think I'm just carrying on the legacy from my mother, because she always wanted to be in some type of form of self-expression. She's a voiceover artist now. So it only makes sense that I'm an orator as well. And then interesting to say this, because the timing we're in, the first movie I remember her taking me to is Little Mermaid. And I remember feeling things when I saw this movie at 6 years old, and I didn't realize what that really meant. And obviously as you grow, you learn, you're sitting there saying, wow, visuals mean a lot to humans, and how we see each other. And we teach each other a lot through music, through art, through film and TV. We teach each other a lot, and they're not always the right lessons. And so that's why I got involved in the industry and in this business, because I wanted to lend my voice to a different perspective for melanated people.
You know what? That's awesome, and we are loving your voice. And one of the great things, I actually like that you said you were born in Germany. My wife was actually born in Germany. So
can she speak?
Huh?
Can she speak it still?
I believe a little bit here and there, but I talk about it all the time, and it's very unique. So to hear that, it's like, okay, I'm gonna make sure she listens, because she needs to know that. It's the reason why she likes you on the show. So
see, we're connected. Yes.
There you go, connected. So about going back to the vision and dreaming and things of that nature, and you said at the age of 6. So were you kind of like at the age of 6? So I remember me young at an early age with the remote control in my hand, and acting like I'm on stages, and in the mirror, and practicing in front of the pillows and stuff, and setting up stuff, and not even people around, and doing stuff like that. Now, were you doing things like that growing up, or like you were acting like you're on TV, or acting like you're on stages, and things of that nature?
Yeah, my mom put me in a lot of different things: karate, piano. She put me in acting classes. And I always try to tell parents, don't get mad at those kids who like to try out a lot of different things, okay? Because some of us like variety, all right? And I was soaking up all the information, but she always reminds me, I went to Lee Strasberg School in New York, which is something that's really well known in our industry. And you always wonder, child actors to me are amazing, right? And I feel both ways about it. Like, should they work? Should they not? But at the end of the day, they're amazing because of the retention of the information, and then the ability to kind of evoke the emotion. And I think it was because I had the ability to travel. I learned I had 2 different languages when I was a kid. And my mom put me into so many different variety of activities. It was through that I really was like, okay, how do I want to connect with people? How do I want to show up in the world? And at first it was, oh, I want to be a lawyer. I want to help people, justice, because that's a lot of, especially for the Black experience, when exactly. A lot of our lives are highlighted by injustice, But then it grew into me wanting to be an art activist. I feel like a song reaches so many more people than a court case, unfortunately, right? That song can reach 80 million ears, and maybe 8 million people are impacted by that. But that's huge. That's massive. So for me, I just really wanted to, I wanted to be in that space, and I really wanted to make sure that the type of content that I put out is representative of one of the ways that we live, especially for Black women. We don't get the right stories behind us ever. And it's always in the hands of a man. It's always in the hands of somebody else but a Black woman, God forbid. And so, I just really want to make sure that, one, I show little Black girls, like, you can do this. You can be an artist. You can be a professional artist, yo. Like, this is possible for you. Yeah. You don't have to give up those dreams of that vision when you were young. And two, we need to be in this space so we can control these narratives more.
And I love that. I love that, especially for the empowering for the Black women, and just all women, not just old or young, but all women. And I think your voice is being heard. It's definitely being seen, and I believe it's being related to. A lot of people are accepting, and they're like, you know what? If she can do it, she's empowered me. I can do it. I can be something. I can be somebody. One of the things I talk about all the time on our show is that, your gifts will make room for you and place you before great men. And I truly believe that God has given each and every one of us gifts. Now it's up to you to figure out what that gift is. Oh, go ahead.
You also have to make room for your gift, though. You have to make room for your gift.
Come on.
Because, people will try to talk you out of what God put in your heart all the time, all day long. So if you don't make room in the room, meaning you have to practice your craft, you have to research, you have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to actually participate, and you can't just dream about it and not do the work. I've been auditioning. Before I got the show, I was auditioning for 14 years, and then nobody see me. Nobody knew who I was.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Nobody saw me. 14 years, and no one saw me. No one knew who I was. I've never had a guest star, which means kind of, when you watch an episode of NCIS and you see those date players, I never had any of that work, right? I never said a word on TV besides in a commercial here and there until I got the show. But I knew, because I had a conversation with my mom. She mamas are like supportive, and if you have a supportive mom, of course. But she would be like, why are you not on the show? And I said, God got something for me that's gonna blow me out the water. It's gonna blow my mind. And I tell people, let God blow your mind. If you make space for yourself, you can let God blow your mind.
And that's what it's all about. And we look. And you ain't seen nothing yet. It's just the tip of the iceberg, right? So much more greatness that we believe is going to happen for you. And I'm excited to see it. I'm excited we're being able to see and witness your greatness. Family, if you're just tuning in, once again, we have Novi Brown from the hit TV show Sistas right here on the Scooda Radio Show. So kind of tell us how that happened. Speaking of Sistas, how did you get into that role of Sabrina and, being with the cast and interacting with Tyler Perry and things of that nature?
I auditioned for Karen's role first, Ebony's role.
Okay.
In the room, and it happens a lot. We audition for different characters. I never saw Sabrina's side, because we only get the pages for our character, so we don't really know the script. A lot of this, sometimes you get the script, sometimes you don't, because they want to see what you can interpret and do. So I went through that audition process. Ebony was there, Cheeto was there. A bunch of us were actually there at that point, but there was like 50 actors or so. So we went through that audition process. I'm a theater major. Tyler's a theater guy. So I already understood what kind of environment I was coming into. And then I didn't hear anything for a month and a half. And then Kim Coleman, who's a huge casting director, thank you so much, Kim, she called my manager and they wanted me to audition for Sabrina. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. They're having me back, because it was a callback that I got, and they flew me to Atlanta like a bunch of other people. And I didn't hear anything for a month and a half, and that happens all the time. So I just let it go. I was like, whatever. Okay, next job, like, it's all good. But then I heard that they wanted me back to read for another role. And I told my mom, and I had never said this before, so I said, they want me. I said, they want me. It's been 14 years. I had just been crying. I could barely pay my rent. And then I was like, these people want me. I know that they want me. And so I went in there with that confidence. I was able to tap into Sabrina. To me, she is the vulnerable Black woman. She is the Black woman in transition. She is the Black woman who is not loud, who is not in your face. She is none of those things. And we're used to only seeing Black women like that, and we can only relate to one side of ourselves like that. So what I really love about Sabrina is she's kind of the nerd, you know, the mom, like the caretaker of the group. She's the heart of the group. She keeps a lot of them together. She's the emotional fluid of the girls. And for me, I really enjoyed playing that because in my life, I'm always playing the girl that knows everything, and I'm strong, and not that I know everything, but you know, I'm well read, I'm researched, I talk to a lot of people, things of that nature. But Sabrina doesn't act that way. What I really like about her character is that, I don't know if y'all remember when y'all was dating to getting married, like that transition, you know, you're changing up the type of people you're dating. You're changing those things, right? Beforehand, you might want to, a lot of, when I was younger, oh, I need a man who's over 6'6", blah, 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 right? Very superficial. That's what we do when we're young. That's what we think we need. And so what I like about her situation with Calvin is it explores a different side of intimacy between two different people. So I love that. And I relate to her heart. At the end of the day, I really care about my group of friends and the people I'm surrounded by. And then last but not least, working in an environment that Tyler has created. Listen, we are, Mignon always coins it the acting Olympics. And that's exactly what it is. Because nobody works as fast or as hard as we do on that set, I promise you. Only because we shoot the entire show in 2 weeks. And so that's just not a normal schedule. So the confidence that I have attained now, baby, give me those 8 pages. I could do that. I could do that any day. You know, I'm doing 60 over here. I can do 8. Yeah, the discipline is crazy. And so the awesome thing is the result of that discipline has been I have 2 movies that I'm a lead of this year. And I'm able to be a professional in those settings, you know, and the feedback is always like, oh my God, you have such range, or like you always come prepared. But I would have never been able to do that without the environment Tyler created.
I love that. And I was, you know what, I was actually going to ask too, because you said you love the heart of Sabrina. How has actually playing that character, has that helped you in your personal life? Actually, has that kind of being that character, has it kind of helped you in your life?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel each character is here to heal the actor, and give a different perspective. And for me, it's okay to just not know. Like, I don't know. And that's the answer, you know? So I feel much more confident in being, I've always been vulnerable. I've always been emotional and things of that nature. But to just be in my feelings and just to say, you know what, I don't know, and I don't have an answer for you. I cannot solve this problem right now. And that's okay.
I love it. Well, you know what? So what we're going to do right now, really quick, if you can, give us a little sneak peek about, you know, the next season. What can we look forward to without giving away too much? What can we look forward to in the new season?
I think there's going to be a lot of finger pointing. I think there's going to be, what do I want to say? Not mistaken identity, but wrong place, wrong time for some people. And so there's consequences out of that. And what's the last thing I could say? The last thing I could say is that it's going to be hotter than you think. And I can't wait for y'all to see the rest of the episodes. So you'll be like, oh my God, that's what Novi was talking about. But it's going to be hotter, spicier. It's going to be intense. It's going to be dramatic. Yeah. And I can't wait for you guys to see it.
So we've heard just a little bit about, you know, Novi. We heard about Sabrina. You talked about Sabrina. And before we close, tell us about Novi. Like, what's next for Novi? What is Novi doing right now? You know, for just chilling out, or as far as growing wise, what's next for Novi? I know you have a couple movies that you were telling us about, but like, what is the next thing? Do you have any goals for the next 5 years or something like that, or just something that's just right now where you're like, you
absolutely,
know what? I'm just doing it right now. So tell us a little bit about that.
Both yes and no, but I want a development deal. Like, I want to make content on a big scale. And I want to get more Black people in the industry. There's so many spaces for us. It's not just acting. I mean, there's marketing, there's, you know, graphics design, there's virtual reality, there's so many, there's sound, writing, there's lighting. I mean, there's so many different things, but we don't know about it. And yeah, that's what I want. I want to get my Issa Rae on, you know what I'm saying? I want to get my Shonda Land. I want people to be like, oh, it's Novi's world, and we're gonna go see it, you know? And so that's where my dream started. That's why I say you have to start with your dream. Your dream and your vision is a seed. It's not even the full situation. My seed was, oh, I want to be an actor. Now I'm like, oh no, I want to produce content because this is where it really is at. But I never knew that. No one told me what a producer was. No one told me, you know, these positions, these other things, because we only see what we see as humans, you know? And so I just want to get more information out there to people, and I want to help bridge the gap between, melanated people and the entertainment industry. And I just need to get us up in there more to get us paid.
Yeah, come on. Come on now. I like that. So really quick before you go, can you get, for somebody that's listening right now, and it could be whether it be a young woman, older woman, young man, older man, if there's someone that's listening right now, could you kind of speak from your heart, something that'll just encourage our audience? One of the biggest things we do is we love to empower and encourage. So just something that's on your heart. Maybe you woke up today and just had something on you that, you know, helped you out. Something that can just kind of encourage the listening audience.
Be excited for your failures in your life. They are the best cornerstone of your development and foundation. I had a t-shirt business. I was a babysitter, y'all, bartender, waitress. Like I worked at a car wash. Okay, I've done everything. And don't put all your eggs in one basket, meaning that you need to really research the field of interest. If you're into biochemical engineering, really research the field and look at how many different perspectives there are to be in, right? Your goal might be to have your own lab one day, but maybe you need to start in a different position. So it's always important to understand failure as a gift to your foundation.
Amen. I appreciate that. Novi Brown, thank you for stopping by the Scooda Radio Show. We just appreciate you. Anytime you want to come back, anything you got going on, the door is open. We pray much success and continued elevation for you and your career.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful, and I wish many peace and blessings to everybody. Make sure you guys check me out on social media at I am Novi Brown. I have a movie, Alone in the Dark, coming out on Tubi, free. So check it out if you like thrillers. And I have another little movie coming out later this year. And Sistas will be back October 12th. So I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for always supporting and loving on us.
Thank you. Family, keep it locked.
You are now listening to the Scooda Radio Show with your boy, Scooda.